President Xi Jinping says no one wins in a trade war as he kicks off a diplomatic tour in Vietnam, reiterating China's commitment to global trade against the backdrop of U.S. trade tariffs. Tariffs which are set to hit Vietnam and others in the region hard in the coming months. China's leader called for stronger ties with Vietnam on trade and supply chains as the Trump administration puts Hanoi under pressure to be less reliant on deals with Beijing. David Garrett has more.
Vietnam ready to welcome the leader of their biggest trading partner. The Air China jet touched down in Hanoi, a trip planned for weeks but more pertinent than ever with US President Donald Trump's imposition of trade tariffs. President Xi Jinping down the steps and then along the red carpet, having released a written statement ahead of the trip. Xi wrote he's looking forward to an in-depth exchange with Vietnamese leaders. Their conversation on common concerns can have global impact. In Hanoi, Xi will hold talks with General Secretary To Lam of the Communist Party of Vietnam, as well as the Southeast Asian nation's President Long Chong and Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh. The Chinese leader added in his pre-trip statement that this is an opportunity to draw up a new blueprint for the shared futures of China and Vietnam. Xi was quoted in an article in the newspaper of Vietnam's Communist Party as saying there are no winners in trade wars and no way out of protectionism. China is dealing with 145% tariffs on exports to the US. Vietnam could be under 46% tariffs by July. Trump is targeting countries which he believes act as a conduit for Chinese exports. Under pressure, Hanoi is tightening controls on some Chinese trade. Vietnam, as a major industrial assembly hub, has business with both economies. The country of 100 million imports goods worth $30 billion from Beijing, but exports more than $31 billion to America. China is offering loans to Vietnam to help them improve their railways in what should be a boost to cross-border trade. As the presidential motorcade made its way through the Vietnamese capital, thousands lined the streets to welcome Xi as he maps out a big week of diplomacy. Ahead of trips to Cambodia and Malaysia later this week, yesterday, Xi vowed to deepen China's partnership with Indonesia. In a telephone call with President Prabowo Subianto, Xi told his counterpart their ties also have global significance, with Prabowo also under mounting pressure from Donald Trump's trade tariffs. Xi Jinping offering support and fostering relations across the region. David Garrett, TVB News.